Hey guys, Boy32 here. Check it out. Sitting on my back patio doing a little videotaping and thought I'd go ahead and do a little review on this Aimkon HiLight P10S 400 lumen pistol LED strobe flashlight with a Weaver quick release in black. Boy, that was a mouthful. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this thing. I was looking for just a good economical weapon light. And, you know, I'm not a big weapon light guy. I never have been, probably never will be. So that's one of the reasons why I really didn't want to go out and spend a tremendous amount of money or, you know, $100, $100+ on one of these things. So this is a little deal that I found on Amazon, and it's made by a company called Aimkon, A-I-M-C-O-M. It had some pretty decent reviews out there. Now, one of the things is I went ahead and opened this thing, and I've already tested it out a couple deals. We're going to talk about some comparisons between the lumens, and to be quite honest with you, everybody knows on a pistol light, you don't really want that thing to be super bright, but let's go ahead and illuminate the room. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. It comes packaged up just like this. This one says up to 500 lumen. Disagree. You got the Aimkon HiLight P10S, blah blah blah. And one of the things that we're going to talk about is the attachment points on this thing and how it goes about doing that, and one of the things that we can do to help make it better. All right, well, let's go ahead and open it up. It comes like this, and it comes in this nice little plastic box. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing right here. Taking a look at this thing, it comes just like this. You got some instructions right here, and guys, it's pretty easy, intuitive, easy to operate. It's operated by a slide switch. Turn to the left, turn back, turn off again, turn it on again, and it starts the strobe mode. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, the operation of this thing is quite simple. The warranty, not much on the warranty. Within 15 days, any defects, yada yada yada. 12 months. Counting. You guys can read that right there. I'm going to freeze frame that. Click, freeze frame. There it is. That's the warranty. And this is just a description. LED Cree XM L2U3, robust anodized aircraft aluminum, steady output and strobe modes. It comes with one CR123 battery, and water resistant and shock resistant. Battery installation, just put it in there. Unit installation, we're going to go over that in a couple seconds. All right, so anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and pull this bad boy out of the pocket. I love these little silica gels. They're everywhere. I've been taking a look at this thing. It comes just like this, and I like it. I think in appearances is quite attractive. It's a good looking little deal here. Let's go ahead and pull it out and see what it looks like. It weighs 2.8 ounces for anybody who wants to know, but not bad. Construction looks pretty good. It's operated and held into place with this spring attachment here. This is the on-off switch. So what you have to do is you reach up with your finger and you just pop it on, opposite finger, and pop that on. Now, the only downfall that I have with this is that, to me, looks like it could be subject to break at some point in time during its life cycle. And secondly, I was carrying this thing around in my pocket, and I looked down, I was like, where in the world is that light coming from? Well, it came on without me actually putting it on. Because one of the things I will do with this is I will just set it by my nightstand so that in the event I do have to use my pistol in the evening, I can just pop this thing on. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some things. We're going to go ahead, and there's the sensor, the eyeball. It's a good looking little light, and it looks good on the firearms. Now, what I've done is I've gone ahead and brought out a couple of these pistols. I'm going to show you what it looks like on several different models of pistols, some of the most popular brands other than the Glock, because as you guys know, I don't have a Glock. Let's go ahead and install the battery, which is pretty simple. Just go ahead and unscrew this guy right here. There is an O-ring right here that you can see that keeps it weather tight. I'm not exactly sure about the mechanics back here, but I would almost anticipate that this stuff is somewhat waterproof back there. But you're going to just drop that battery in there just like that. Bring that on. Okay, see, it's on. And just snug her up. Now, two different operations here. We've got the on. You flip it off and go back on, and then you have the strobe. All right, so there's the strobe, and it's bright enough that you can use it inside of a room. not so much on the exterior. What I want to do right now is, me and one of my buddies, Hoss, we were sitting out here last night. We took the Ultimate Weapons Light, the old one, the Gen 2 from Primary Arms, along with another Thorfire light, which was 920 lumens. The Ultimate Weapons Light, I think, was 420 lumens, and this is said to be at 400 lumens. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. All right, gentlemen, what we have here is a couple dogs out there playing in the yard. I got one numbnuts right here digging in the yard. Look at that guy. Get out! Hey! Bosky. All right, so that's Ranger Joe out there. And what I'm doing, along with, what's that dog's name? Oliver. Oliver and his ball. All right, so that's 900 lumens. This is 10 yards. 10 yards, 10 yards. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit it with the Primary Arms Ultimate Weapons Light first. That's supposed to be 420 lumens, and then we're going to hit it with the Aimkon 400 lumens. So go ahead and hit it with the Primary Arms Weapons Light. Go ahead. All right, so that's 420 lumens advertised, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn on the 400 lumens pistol light. All right, so here's the deal, guys. I'm using the my camera is on manual, so the exposure is the same for all of it. So again, there's 400 lumens. Go ahead and hit it with the 420. That's 420, and then this is 900 plus. Boom. All right, so that's 900 plus. So you can see what's going on here. There's Ranger Joe out there, Ollie and his ball, in my desert of a backyard. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this thing back into the tabletop review, and I'm going to show you what firearms this thing will actually fit, or at least the ones that I have. So anyway, and none of them are Glock. So here we go, back to the table. Stand by. All right, well, you guys can tell we were having a lot of fun and having fun. But what we did is I took my Ranger Joe and set him out there at 10 yards, and just to give you an idea of what the illumination looks like with this light as compared to some other ones. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, it's okay for interior work. I wouldn't worry about the brightness at all. Let's go ahead, without further ado. I want to take this and mount it onto a firearm and show you exactly what it looks like. Now, the first firearm that we have, this is going to be the XDM. Now, one of the things I want you to look at, it goes on with a little spring action right there, and that's it. Now, on this particular model, it's fairly tight, and there's some room in the back, and it does quite well. And what you do is you just reach up, grab a hold of your finger right there, and she's on. To turn it off, you know, I always would bring my thumb up and just turn it off like that. On, there's strobe, there you go, on. All right, no big deal there, but I'm going to tell you something. One of the things that I absolutely positively cannot stand is loose. It's fairly tight on the XDM, but if you take it and you put it on something like this SIG P320, which, by the way, guys, the review, I would have done a review on this quite earlier. I've got some family issues right now, and I'm not able to make it out to the range, and I'm going to do a box opening tabletop and a badass range review. And I've got a good holster made by Harry's Holsters. We're going to actually, wearing that now, I want to be able to do a great review on that. But moving forward, let's talk about this. I went ahead and mounted this light on this pistol right here, and guys, that drove me absolutely ape nuts. And last night we were sitting here, and my buddy Hoss, he said, "Hey man, do you have any, what you need is some kind of foam or some kind of neoprene or something like that." And guys, I just happen to have some. So what we did was I added some neoprene back behind this area right here. Matter of fact, I do have the pieces that we cut, and you know, just sized it up accordingly. And this is the first piece of neoprene right here, and I just put it into this area right here, as you can see, and that wasn't quite enough, so I just added another piece. Now this part is almost falling off, but I want you to watch what happens here when you mount this thing. Just pop it in there like that, and watch this. You actually have to compress it, but the idea is that this thing is now tight and rattle free, and I absolutely love that. And of course, one of the good things is now it's It's secure. You don't have any issues putting it on or off. One of the other things, let's take a look at it. This is the FNX 45. Same situation with this guy. Put it on there, compress it till it clicks. No movement. No movement at all. And it's actually projects the lighting a little bit upwards. So it's really cool. So we'll go ahead and pull that off of there. The only firearm that I couldn't make this thing work on was the SIG P226 because of this area right here. And oh, this thing, just because the Picatinny, it was just so loose, I'm not even gonna try to put it on there. But it really turned out looking good on the this guy. Look at that, the way that looks. That is absolutely really nice. As you can see, the nice thing is it pressures it up in there, and it doesn't move. And I'm a tight nut freak, and I hate rattles, man. Noise discipline, noise discipline, noise discipline. Works well with the Smith & Wesson. Same thing, just like that. It will not rattle. Very easy to access with your finger right there. And then you've got the strobe. You just click it on and off. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so let's take a look at it. We got a couple other little firearms. Also, guys, you Canik owners out there, it fits perfect on the Canik. Canik, both the SF and the SA. Just absolutely wonderful. Thing works great. Now, let's talk about the cons. And one of those is that. Put the gun down. Boom. Guess what? It turns on by itself. And that's a bad con. You can't have that. So that is one of the cons. But I'm going to tell you something. This delivered on Amazon, I think it was $37.85 right now. And the only reason I did get this thing was because I had a bunch of points, and I think I was free actually with the points. Another downfall that I see, other than the on-off switch, the little bit of looseness in it, would be these wings right here. And if these actually protrude out, and I'm not a big fan of that at all. Let's go ahead and put it back on the Janik, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, those wings, they stick out to the side. Now, if that's easily taken care of, and I would almost suggest to the manufacturer that there's enough room in the front to where you could just do it like that. Get rid of these wings. They stick out too far. Put you a plunger in the back of it so that you can always, no matter what firearm you put it on, it's going to be nice and tight. So the first thing I'm going to do, I own this thing, is I'm going to actually grind these down smooth, put some MNU on there so that this doesn't protrude out to the side. And you just got to be careful about turning it on and off accidentally. But anyway, guys, that's it. If you have any questions about this thing, please don't hesitate in asking. If you like the video, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And that's about it. I'm going to end it as always. God bless America. God bless those men and women in uniform 24/7 for our freedom, because freedom is not free. Go to boy 32. Out. Really nice looking light.